Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in today. I'm out here back again in my forest playground. There is no better setting to showcase this piece of kit than up here. The piece of kit we're going to be talking about today is a backpack from a company named YNOT. Now, if you're not familiar with that company, they're a Toronto-based company. They make backpacks and outdoor gear. They partnered up with a fellow YouTuber named Joe Robinette. Now, if you're not familiar with Joe Robinette, he runs a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the video description down below. And he also was featured on History Channel's show Alone. They got together, they head shedded, they worked out some details on making a wildland pack, and they sent one to me to showcase for you guys today. As always, we're going to cut away. We're going to do a quick specs rundown. We'll get into the details of this pack, and then we'll come back, we'll open it up, and I'll showcase all the compartments and features of this pack. You're not going to want to miss this video, folks. Come along and join me. It starts now. Now let's take a look at this pack. Some of the features on this pack are, it's made out of 1,000 denier Cordura, has military grade buckles on there. I like the fact that it has compression straps on the side of the pack, top and bottom. It has an axe sleeve. Let me grab my axe, and you can put your axe through the sleeve and either run it on the inside of this pouch, or if you have the add-on pouch, you could run it in between that. So you could run it down through here and cinch it down. The back of the pack has a nice padded back pad. The straps on here are nice sewing and secured. And what I liked about this feature is that I'm a pretty broad-shouldered guy, so the way that the straps kind of swing out for my shoulders where they don't cut in made it really comfortable for me. The sternum strap slides up and down, has a zipper here with a water resistant covering over it, and you have a compartment that runs down the whole back part of the backpack. And what Joe does is he puts his seat pad in here. Now you could also put a hydration bladder, has a anchor point for that, or you could put a laptop in there if you so desire. Whatever gear that you feel comfortable carrying, you could put in there. Both sides have retaining straps. Also has the deep weld pockets on the side. The front has a billowed pouch on the front of it. Joe wanted that because he wanted to be able to put more items in there and not have it really pressured where it's busting at the seams. What I did was I put a little bit of gear in here, see if I can dig it out without dropping it all over the place. Some spoons, emergency whistle, map, compass, ferro rod, hunting license, write in the rain notebook, all that good stuff. Leatherman, never leave home without it. So just a very robust front pocket on here. Now let's go on the top. One feature I like about this pack is that it's a bucket style pack. And you're asking yourself, John, what the heck is a bucket style pack? Well, a bucket style pack is just like that, like a bucket. You pull it up and everything dumps into the top. It isn't like a traditional backpacker's pack where you can unzip the front and it all opens up. So in the top, you have the, I'm gonna get the specs on this, the 420 denier Ripstop Nylon, which is high vis, so you can see your gear in there, so there's contrast. So if you're looking for it, you can find it on the quick. Now, one of the features that I liked about this pack that I haven't seen in a lot of other packs is this. This liner separates from the outer part of the pack, and you're asking yourself, John, why would you do that? Well, Joe explained it in his video, is that he lives up in Canada, up in the boreal forest region. They get a lot of rain. He does a lot of outdoor aquatic sports where he goes on canoeing trips and fishing trips, and it rains a lot, unlike here in SoCal. Well, if he's out and it's raining, he has his tarp and it's soaking wet, he doesn't want to roll it up and put it in with his gear. Now all his gear's wet. So he folds it up, puts it in between, and now his gear stays relatively dry, depending on how wet the tarp's going to be. But you know, if you shake it out, get most of the moisture off, should be pretty good to go. And then wherever you get where you're going, open up your pack, you can air it out, dry out your pack. But I was thinking, man, that's a mind blow. Why hasn't anybody else thought of that? So props to the folks at YNOT and Joe for thinking of stuff like that. Now, this is a 30-liter backpack. So if you're going out for day hikes, exploring out in the woods, if you're going out, you're a minimalist, gonna take a 1 or 2 night trip out in the woods, you're gonna be fine with this pack. Too many times people bring way too much gear, more than they need. Then they get back home and they realize they didn't use half the gear that they brought with them. But a 30-liter backpack, that's big enough for a couple day trip out in the woods. This one, I have my first aid kit. Always carry my first aid kit, because if you're like me playing with knives, you're just gonna get cut. Jacket, gotta have a jacket. You never know how the weather's gonna be. Mountain house, jet boil, one of my favorite stoves. If I'm allowed to have a fire, I'm using my Silver Fire Scout up here because the wildfires is just too bad. But I mean, you can see deep well. And what's cool is you could fill this pack all the way to the top if you needed, and just bring the flap over and extend the straps, and now you're good to go. So there's a lot of capabilities. What's also cool is you button up the top flaps, you can roll it in kind of like a dry bag and bring over the top. Now everything's nice, cinched down, tight, secure. Now let's talk about these side pouches real quick. Side pouches come as an add-on, and so do the straps on the bottom. But these side pouches are a very cool feature. One, I'm going to show you real quick. Let me get some of this gear out of the way here. Things we do for video. I wanted to illustrate how much stuff this pouch would hold. So I'm going to open this up. This is a 64-ounce clean canteen stainless steel container. Pretty huge. Half a gallon of water. Boom. Fits right in there. Still have room with a balled fist. I could add extra gear. I could add a saw in there. I could add whatever. I could stuff probably half the gear that I pulled out of there in here. What's neat is with those quick disconnect MOLLE tabs, if I needed something on the quick, my first aid kit, whatever, boom, I pull it off, I'm good to go. I'm ready right then. And then if I have smaller stuff, let me set that off to the side, like say the jet boil, I decide to put in there because I'm on the trail and I'm going to be using it quite a bit. Look, I roll the top over, and then it's nice and neat, keeps out all the foreign debris. So nice idea with these pouches. They're billowed out just right, and they work. So on this pouch, on this side, let's delve in, because everybody's going to ask me, what do you have in this one, right? I have a little survival tin kit, pair of gloves, bug spray, which we're using quite a bit out here today, little hank of rope, fire kit, lighter, magnifying glass, some dryer lint, and I always bring my blowout kit with C-lock and tourniquets and all that good stuff in there. So all that fit nice and neat inside here. So you can really customize this pack to fit your needs. Whether you're up in Joe's location, up in the Northeast, or you're in my location down here in the Southwest, doesn't matter. You can customize this to fit your needs that's gonna work for you in whatever environment you happen to be in. The bottom part, I have my tarp. What's cool about this is that they've also have different anchor points on here. I'll cut in a photo to show you the bottom without the tarp on it, where I could move the straps inboard if I needed to, if I had something smaller that I had to carry. So a lot of thought went into this pack. Truly a labor of love. This pack is going to be offered on a Kickstarter campaign. I'll leave a link in the video description below. If you're interested in this pack, I invite you to check it out. I want to thank the folks at YNOT for sending this to me. I want to thank Joe also for sending this to me. I'm going to be testing this pack out all summer. So look in a month or two for another version 2 gear review. So as the summer progresses into fall, I'll be carrying this around all summer. We'll test it out and then we'll get some long-term use. Hey folks, this is John with the Wingman 115 channel. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, folks.